I'm Lorna and I'm going to be talking to you about what producers do in DramaSoc. So we'll start with the main question, what is a producer? So a producer is in charge of organising all of the logistics that make a show happen. Some of the responsibilities of a producer include organising getting the performance licence for the show, organising the rehearsal schedule, heading up the prod team, and working very closely with the director to make sure that the artistic vision for the show is met. So what makes a good producer? A good producer to me is someone who is very organised and on it with emails. You will get a lot of emails as a producer that you have to answer, especially when it comes to organising rights and when it comes to organising your prod team. So being on it with your emails and organised in that regard is very useful. And then also being able to organise your time well. And then another quality that I think makes a good producer is being a good team leader. So because you head up the prod team, you have to kind of be responsible for everyone in the kind of design side and the backstage kind of side of the whole show. So being a good team leader is really useful, so you can make sure that everyone is working well together and that everyone knows what their responsibilities are. So here are some of my tips for producing. Number one is spreadsheets. Spreadsheets are your best friend. Having lots of spreadsheets with all of your budgets and your timetables and that kind of thing organised out on is a huge lifesaver. My second would be making use of Facebook groups. So I use a Facebook group for the whole cast and crew so that it's really easy to post updates in that group that everyone can see, to organise prod meetings, extra rehearsals, reminding cast about sending over costume sizes or their timetables and that kind of thing. It's a really good way to get messages out to people, and it's also a really good way for the cast and crew to see who each other are and see what's going on, and for them to be able to talk to each other. And my third and final tip is a well-organised Google Drive. So having a Google Drive with your whole prod team in is really, really useful. If there's separate files for costumes, set, tech, that kind of thing, then it's really, really easy for everyone on the prod team to upload their designs and their documents so that they're all kind of in one place and well organised and accessible to everyone on the prod team. How can you get involved with producing for DramaSoc? So if you are a fresher and you are interested in producing our Freshers Play, which is Lysistrata, which will be held online in week 8, then you can apply. Just have a look at our Facebook group or our Instagram page, and there'll be lots of information about how you can get involved with the Freshers Play. If you are not a fresher but you would like to get involved in producing for DramaSoc, then I highly recommend having a look for shows that are potentially looking for assistant producers. That's a really good way to get some experience if you've never done it before. Or have a look at ODNs that are potentially looking for producers, so when next term's ODN lineup comes out, have a look for production applications. Then the other way is to pitch for DramaSoc. So you can pitch with a director for a show that you'd like to put on as a weekend show. That was my very, very quick rundown of what a producer does and how you can get involved with producing in DramaSoc. I hope everyone has a lovely term, and I really look forward to seeing everything that's made by DramaSoc this term and for the rest of the year, and I hope to see lots of new faces getting involved.